The cool Toronto of early autumn suddenly felt warmer when two major Korean stars, So Hee and Jeon Jong Seo, stepped onto the red carpet at the Toronto International Film Festival, TIFF. The two were there not just to pose for the cameras, but to introduce a new work being touted as one of the most daring Korean films of the year, Project Y, directed by Lee Han. The atmosphere in the So Hee Daily interview room was energetic as the three sat side by side. Amidst the studio lights and the international spotlight, the trio appeared relaxed yet excited. Project Y has been attracting attention since its announcement, as it brings together two actresses known for their powerful girl crush charms of their generation. Now they come together in a seductive and shocking neo-noir-style crime story. I am very honored that our film has been invited to this 50th Toronto Film Festival. To be able to introduce this work to the world on such a grand stage is a great honor, said director Lee Han, opening the conversation with a serene smile. We want the audience to enjoy this film not just as a crime story, but also as a reflection on ambition, pain, and the will to survive. Two women, two worlds, one destiny. In Project Y, So Hee plays Jeon, while Jeon Jong Seo plays Do Kyung. These two women, whose lives seem contrasting, are actually bound by a shared past, a dark and secretive past. Jeon is a woman with a very specific and ambitious dream, explained So Hee. She wants to make her dream come true by any means, even if it means crossing moral and legal boundaries. But along the way, she also learns a lot about herself. Meanwhile, Jeon Jong Seo describes her character, Do Kyung, as someone who lives at the bottom of society. Do Kyung is a woman who does whatever it takes to survive. She doesn't care whether the method is clean or dirty. For her, what matters is being able to survive and earn money. But beneath all that, she has a vulnerable and human side, which gradually emerges as her relationship with Jeon develops. Director Lee Han added that their relationship is the emotional core of the film. They're not just partners in crime or comrades in arms. There are complex layers of love, resentment, loss, and longing that collide. I wanted the audience to feel that conflict without having to explain everything explicitly. The origins of Project Y and its meaning. Many have wondered, what exactly is the meaning of the film's title, Project Y? Is the Y a symbol? Does it stand for something? Director Lee Han carefully explained. This film tells the story of two women trying to carry out a grand plan, a secret project. In the process, they discover their own reasons, and each person will interpret the letter, Y, differently. It could mean why, a question about their reason for living and surviving. It could also mean a place, or even a person. We intentionally left the meaning open so that the audience can make their own interpretations. This concept aligns with Lee Han's signature style, known for films with psychological and social themes. With Project Y, he seems to want to go further, combining a noir aesthetic with the emotional depth of the characters. I wanted to create a film that feels like both a mystery and a spiritual journey. These two main characters carry old wounds that haven't healed, and the project they undertake becomes their way of dealing with their past. A meeting of two MZ generation icons. So Hee and Jeon Jong Seo are two names who have both dominated Korean entertainment in recent years. So Hee is known for hit series like Nevertheless and My Name, while Jeon Jong Seo captured the world's attention with Lee Chang-dong's Burning and The Call. Both are known for their intense auras, strong charisma, and unpredictable acting skills. It's no wonder that when these two stars were brought together in one project, the media immediately went wild. Honestly, when I was writing the script, the two names that immediately came to mind were So Hee and Jeon Jong Seo, said director Lee Han with a chuckle. They both have very different energies, but somehow they complement each other. When they first sat in the same room, I knew this film would be a success. So he admitted that the chemistry between her and Jeon Jong Seo developed naturally. We were already friends before this project. So on set, many scenes felt more alive because we could read each other's emotions without saying much. Even some spontaneous or improvised scenes ended up being used in the film because they felt so honest. Jeon Jong Seo added, So he and I have a similar way of working. We don't like to overthink things on set, but let our emotions flow according to the moment. Sometimes the results are unexpected, but that's where the beauty lies. Action, emotion, and the painful cold. It's no secret that Project Y features many intense action scenes. But behind the thrilling visuals, the cast had to face real challenges on set, especially the extreme cold. We filmed in winter, wearing very little clothing. It was truly torturous, Jeon Jong Seo said, smiling as she recalled those difficult times. But perhaps it was because of the cold that our emotions became more raw and real on screen. Every breath felt heavy, every movement felt meaningful. So he nodded in agreement. There was a scene where I had to run in the middle of the night, holding back pain and anger. The air was bone-chilling, but I think the pain actually helped me get into character. Sometimes a body in pain can bring us to the most honest place in acting. Director Lee Han praised the professionalism of the two actresses. They never complained, even though the physical conditions on the field were very demanding. I was repeatedly amazed by how these two women brought incredible energy even amidst the hardships. They are the heart of this film, message and meaning behind the story. Despite its themes of crime and revenge, Project Y is actually more than just an action film. It conveys a message about women, strength, and freedom behind every scene. I wanted to portray two women who are not controlled by the system, men, or anyone else, said Lee Han. They may have done wrong things, but it all stemmed from a desire to determine their own destiny. In a world that is often cruel to women, they chose to fight back in their own way. So he added softly, I think female audiences will see a bit of themselves in me seeing. She's not perfect, she makes mistakes, but she's brave. I wanted to show a side of women who aren't always soft or submissive, but rather stubborn and full of fire. Meanwhile, Jeon Jong Seo concluded with a more personal thought. I've always believed that acting isn't about looking pretty or cool, but about being honest. If my character is dirty, poor or angry, I want the audience to feel that without any filters. That's how I communicate with them. Eyes on the world, from Korea to Toronto. Project Y is part of a new wave of Korean cinema that continues to capture international attention. After the huge success of films like Parasite and Decision to Leave, the world is now waiting to see who will take it next. With two young icons at the forefront, Project Y looks poised to be the next name to steal the spotlight at global festivals. We just hope audiences around the world can feel the energy and honesty of this film, Lee Han said at the end of the interview. Everyone will take home a different understanding after watching it, and that's the beauty of cinema. So he smiled and added, we worked really hard on this project. I hope that when you watch it, you can feel every ounce of emotion we put into it. This film may be dark, but there's light within it, Jeon Jong Seo said quietly. And sometimes, to find the light, we have to go into the darkness first. The three then stood and thanked the crew, greeting the camera with genuine smiles. The interview ended with applause from the audience at the So Hee Daily studio, and with that, Project Y officially began its journey from Toronto to the hearts of audiences worldwide.